What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. I am Lindsay. Today I am joined by the team over at Acadle. This is a comprehensive learning management software that allows you to create, customize, and launch white labeled academies. It is available on AppSumo right now, starting at $69 for a lifetime deal. Before we dive in though, I just want to tell y'all a few quick things. The first, if you want to tell us a little bit about your use case, you can go ahead and do that in the chat room. But if you have any questions about the tool, the deal, how to get set up, go ahead and leave those questions in the Q&A box. We're going to circle back to them at the end of the walkthrough. The last thing is that there will be a replay of this available. It'll be available either later today or tomorrow at the latest. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you need to step out. All right, that's enough of me. Hey, Nizam, how are you doing?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for asking. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I am excited to have you here.
Wonderful.
I'll let you take it away from here. Let me know when you're ready for questions.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the platform, and thank you so much for making this happen. So yeah, hey, hi, Sumolings. How are you doing? I hope everyone is having a good day, good morning, good evening, or good night. I'm not really sure what time zone are you from. So the next couple of minutes we'll spend on majorly on a quick walkthrough in terms of what the product is all about. We'll also spend time on frequently asked questions. The last couple of days, I was getting a lot of questions and I was answering one by one. So I thought, okay, I've prepared a few, which is like repeatedly coming. So I'll be answering those questions. And I will also show you how you can make this better and better by having external, platforms connecting with your Acadle account. And I'll also end with why this is a best deal, because I'm going to talk about how this Acadle launch at AppSumo is going to be different from any other launch you had. I'm not trying to differentiate between the products. I'm trying to differentiate between the deals. So that's the plan I have. So if you have any questions, and if this comes to my anything about Acadle, please drop your questions, and I'll be able to answer at the end of this. So with that, we will start. And I've seen like most of these guys have already logged in, tried it, and we have had some good number of sales in the last couple of days. And I still know a few people who are waiting. They were telling on the chat saying that, hey, they're just waiting for the webinar. So for those who did not explore our application yet, you can directly go to app.acadle.com and you can try for a free trial. You don't have to worry about redeeming the coupon, because what I seriously believe is you should buy what is going to be useful for you. And if this is something that is exciting you, that excites you, or if this is something that you believe has a way forward, because it is also important to understand what we are trying to build. So even I would like to also give a quick introduction about me and the company and the background. So we're a Bangalore-based company, and we have a 23-member team based out of Bangalore in India. So Acadle is one of our sub-product. In Acadle, before this, we have a product called Tolite. It's an enterprise sales productivity application which launched in 2016-17. And Tolite is currently used by top brands in the world like Citibank, GE Healthcare, Tata. So there are a lot of brands using this application every day. It's a very cool enterprise application, and Acadle is our a product that we launched recently. We're already funded, and we have a recurring revenue, which is something that we are always taking and like managing. So Acadle is a new product, and we had a quick private launch of LTD previously that really helped us to understand what customers are looking for, and this is our final LTD launch. So getting back to the product. So like I said, feel free to sign up via app.acadle.com, and when you sign up, you will be asked to first enter the name and the sorry. So I think I just got redirected. So when you sign up, you will be asked to create the name of the academy and the domain of the academy. So you can mention here whatever you want. Don't worry about the name. You can change it later also. So once you create this, it'll ask you to wait for a couple of seconds, and the academy will get created here. So this is your Acadle dashboard. This is super admin dashboard. those who buy more than 3 courses will actually get more than one academy. So all these academies are individual, no connection. If you take from a database architecture manager point of view, every academy is a multi-tenant architecture. Every academy has a unique database inside our server, and this is not connected to this. So you're going to get a unique URL. All the users are going to be like unique for this. All the team members are going to be unique for this. So unlike any other deal that you had in LMS, AppSumo, what you're actually going to get under one account is multiple academies. And the best part is, let's say if you bought 5 code, which is actually going to unlock onboarding plan for you, all these academies will fall under onboarding plan. Or let's say if you have 10 codes, and you have, let's say, 15 or 10 academies, all the academies will have the same highest plan called training plan, which means in a single shot, you're going to unlock entire feature for the entire academies that you have available on your dashboard. And the other best part is that all the credits are for your account. So you can see the entire credits here. And if I want to allocate credits to individual academies, I'll be able to allocate individual academies. So you have the flexibility. Let's say if you're working with a client, or if you're building an academy for multiple team members, different divisions, etc. Based on the number of people who are going to use it, you can have it distributed equally, or like the proportionally the way that you want. So this is your quick dashboard. There's nothing to see here much. It's just to manage your academy. So let's get into the product. Let's get into the academy management. So what I'm doing here is I'm clicking on Go to Academy. So this is the academy that I'm going to manage. So you are automatically redirected to the academy. So you can see the URL changed to academy.acadle.com. So I have landed the academy dashboard for this particular academy. So we tried focusing more on making it as simple as possible. We did not want to complex users with a lot of menus and all that. And UI and UX is one of our core focus. And even if you're going to build, let's say, 50 features and other features, we will try to focus on the same simple UI. So once I land here, I'm going to add more dashboards in the upcoming days, by the way. I have an option to filter by date. You can see how many new users and active users here, all the registrations, and you can also see the rating by a particular course. And yeah, that's a lot of information for you, by the way. I don't want to get into this courses before. I'll also quickly walk you through the rest of the settings that I have. So let's see. Let me help you understand how do we change the whole look and feel of this academy. So if you go to the settings and come to the login page, you have multiple layouts available here. There is a layout for video. There is a layout for images, and you can change the look and feel colors. If I want to show a course preview, then I can select what are the courses I want to show in the login page. If I want to have a video preview, I can simply paste the video URL, so the video will come here. And if I want to choose a color that matches to my brand, I can choose the color here. And if you change it here, you'll be able to see that as well, by the way, on the right side. So you can see this color changing. Similarly, all this title and the content can be managed here. And most importantly, let's say if you don't want to allow your users to register. So we have 2 types of academies, by the way. One is a public academy. Second is a private academy. So there are multiple use cases for private and public academies. So let's say if you're selling a course, if you're a trainer, and if you have a paid course, right, and you might have a free trial. So we have an option where you can create multiple groups inside users called free, premium, tier 1, tier 2, etc. And you can also configure and decide what is the default group. So that default group will be considered when somebody registers your academy. So let's say that I have considered free as my default group, then anybody registers, they will be default allocated to this particular group called free. And when you create courses, you can assign those courses which are available for free users only to that particular group, so that the accessible, the visibility and the permissions are completely managed with the help of groups here. So and let's say that you don't want to give register at all. So what you can do is you can simply disable this, so that your users will not see a register button. So then you may ask me, then how am I going to give access to the students? So there are multiple ways to give access. Number one is we have integration with third-party tools like Plug and Pay. If you want to sell your course and automatically give access. So when you actually sell your courses and when somebody makes a payment, they'll automatically get an invite to join. So with the invitation URL, they'll be able to set up their username, password, and register to the academy. Let's say there is another way where you can go to users. You can invite your students or employees or customers one by one. Or another way is that we also have a bulk import option where you can buy bulk. You can import the entire list of users. And if you want to pre-configure a password, you will also be able to do that. So I'll also be showing you when I go to the users. So just to answer, if you don't need a public registration, you have multiple other ways to invite your users to your academy. Going to the next section where I can manage the design of my whole interface, where I change the course view, like what is the font size and colors and everything. All this I can manage based on the brand that I have. You can change the button colors, button size, button border size, what is coming in the listing of the lessons, whatever that comes in the quiz, or if you like some font from Google, right? You can very much have a font added here so that you can change the font and look and feel of your academy. So when I say this, I would like to point here, when you make changes to this font, your Acadle admin dashboard will have no changes. The change will come to only to the users, the students interface. Another very important question that I used to get in the last couple of, hundreds of chat, by the way, is how do I see a preview of how the students are going to see it? Unfortunately, we don't have a preview that you can see from the Academy dashboard. But we have added that to the roadmap that you should be able to see a preview from your dashboard itself, and that you will be getting it available soon. But instead, the workaround right now is you can invite yourself as one of the students with another email ID, and you can open that on an incognito window and maybe see how it looks on the user side. And the pixel. So next one is got pixels, and pixel is a very, very, very important area in the whole application. I'll tell you, there are very good number of use cases. I'm sure you know these tools like Tooltip. Tooltip is a pop-up management tool that you can have tooltips and pop-ups inside the academy. There is another very, very popular deal inside the AppSumo now, which is called Encharge, right? So Encharge helps you automate the whole communication with your customers and students, etc. So we have made all the necessary available, changes here to let you allow Encharge to be plugged in here. Plus, I'm not done yet. Plus, you can pass the additional parameters that you want to pass. So we have a bunch of parameters mentioned here. So you can click here and you can see the parameters that we have added already. So you can use these parameters to pass these parameters to your Encharge account. And this is a sample of this account that I've already configured. I'm passing the name of the user, ID of the user, created at, and what was the courses completed, what are the courses he is about to start, what are the course groups that he belongs to. So I'm passing a bunch of information here. So based on this, if I want to send some alerts and reminders, etc. So in the Encharge dashboard, you have an option wherein you can filter by different segments. You can create multiple segments. So you can create a segment wherein you can select that, okay, I need the students who did not start this particular course, send a reminder to them, or day 3. So then they will automatically get a reminder. So, and not just Encharge, if you want to use this with, let's say, Intercom or Crisp or any other communication tool, marketing automation tools, you will be able to use our default parameters. And we'll be adding a lot of additional parameters and events to this going forward. But this is actually going to help you a lot. This is actually going to help you a lot in terms of capturing data, passing real-time information based on your users' behavior inside the application, then getting in touch with them in real time. Let's say if you use Mixpanel or if you use Google Analytics, you will be able to real time and understand how many courses are viewed, maximum, what are the flow of the users, which lesson is something which is viewed by most, etc., etc. So I leave it to your creativity. Like how do you want to use an external tool along with Truelight? But we have given the flexibility of embedding an external tool within Truelight. You can embed within a landing page, which is nothing but the course listing page. Or if you want to embed a few items in the login page alone, right? You can embed that in the login page as well. So let's see if I want to have a live chat that is available for users in the login page, I can very much have a crisp chat script here, which will automatically have a live chat bubble coming on the login page where I can communicate with, let's say, if anybody's having an error, trouble logging into the application, I should be able to communicate with them and help them to log in as well. So that, I mean, this page is going to give you a lot of opportunities. I am going to create and launch a couple of videos on this particular topic alone, on how do you make sure that you might have already bought a bunch of filtered tools and how do you use those tools to get the best out of it along with Acadle. And the next one is, let's say if you want to change the look and feel of your academy, like when let's somebody shares your link in a social media on a LinkedIn, if you want to change the keywords for the search engines to watch, if you want to change the image, if you want to change the fav icon, the description. So this is where you can do it under the SEO. And domain, this is another place where you can white label your domain. So right now it is hosted under academy.acadle.com. But if I want to change this to some other unique domain of my own, you have an option here where you will be asked to verify this domain, and automatically SSL will also be installed. So we have a free SSL for everyone. So for your domain, we'll be giving you a free SSL. So for you to white label your domain, this is the area that you have to do. And the next is certificates. So, and this is another very important feature that you can use. And one thing, like when you create a certificate, we have already created a bunch of predefined templates here. You have like good number of templates that we have created and provided here for you to choose. And let's say if you don't want this, if you don't want this template, but if you want to have your own template where there is a seal of your company, there is a logo of your company, etc., something additional. We already have a logo placeholder where you can configure, but you want something more as a background, you can upload your own template for this for this particular template. And when you configure, you will also be asked to, let's say, choose the name of the certificate. You will also be asked to enter the issuer name. This will be automatically selected. You can upload the signature, you'll upload the content, you can upload the content of like what has to be mentioned inside the certificate. If you want to have a signature and logo, that also can be uploaded here. And let's say if you want to unlock the certificate after a few days, for example, when a user logs in, they will be able to see all the certificates that are eligible for them to unlock or eligible for them to achieve. But if you want to show this only after a period of time, if I want to show the certificate to the student saying that, hey, you're eligible to complete this courses and achieve the certificate after 5 days, I can mention 5 here. So the certificate will be only shown after 5 days. And similarly, in the next window, what you can do is you will also be able to, so I think this is asking me to choose some, enter the default details. Okay, sorry. I'm just putting some dummy content for the sake of yeah, so those are mandatory. And the next page, you will be able to choose the courses that the student should complete in order to achieve that particular certificate. So let's say if I want him to finish this particular course and this particular course, I can select those courses and submit. So I will also show you how this is going to come to the user. So he will be in real time able to see what are the courses that he should complete in order to get that certificate. And when these courses are completed, automatically the certificate will be unlocked. So we have a bunch of options here. You can see how many students are eligible, how many are in progress, which means how many have started taken this courses and started moved into in progress, and how many people have completed. If I want to stop it, because if I want to, they're not ready, sort of giving the certificates yet because this is not active yet. So let's say what I can also do is that I can make this active so that it will be available for everyone to see. So certificate, you can have unlimited certificates. You can have a permutation combination of certificate by completion of courses. I mean, it's all flexible for you. Then we have gamification, which is another very interesting feature. So like if you want to make the whole learning more interesting, if you want to give them credits, and at a later stage, we also have this plan. At a later stage, if you want to convert those credits into some points, which they can redeem while upgrading their courses, or which they can redeem for buying something inside the Amazon, something like that, right? So if you want to give some credit system based on their activities inside the academy, you can change this. If I don't want this, I can change to 0. I don't want this, I can change to 0. If he completes, I can change this to 5, and I can save this. And not done yet. This is something about the points. But let's say if you want to also unlock badges, so based on the activity logins, if you want to unlock badges, you can change at what is the like, for example, if I want to unlock this badge at the 5th login, or if I want to unlock a 25th login, all this can be configured here. And you can also unlock learning badges, and you can also unlock certificate badges, and you can change this name of the badge, and you can change this icon of the badge. Or if you don't want to display this to the users, you can simply disable this. If you want to only enable these, and if you want to disable this, you will be able to disable this from here. Another thing what you have under gamification is points. Let's say if I want to give 5 points every time he completes as a course, right? Sorry, I want to upgrade him to each level. So these are levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, etc. If I want to upgrade him to each levels every time where he completes 5 points, or every time he completes 5 courses, or every time he completes 5 logins, you can configure this here. And you can also rename this. This can be like, let's say, rabbit, or this can be like cockroach, right? So you can decide the levels that you want to have, the names that you want to give for your levels. And at the last settings, where you can enable and disable. So all those options that I've given here, you can decide whether you want to show this to the students or not. So all these configurations are very much manageable inside here. So settings gives you a lot of flexibility in order to make this whole academy more interesting. We're not complicating the settings. You can basically have this configuration done in a matter of minutes. You don't have to even wait for us. So you can launch your academy in a matter of hours, right? A couple of more settings before I go to the courses. So if you come to the admin panel, you have more options wherein you can invite your team members. So there are three types of team members. One is an admin, where he is going to have the same access that I have, go through all the menus. Second is author, where he's not going to have access to the settings at admin. He will only have access to the courses. Manager is somebody who's going to have access to the reports, the courses that are created, and also he can manage the users. So all this you can invite, and when you're inviting them, you will be able to see how many credits are left based on what you've allocated. So for me, I have 10 credits left here. I can simply enter the email ID and choose what is the permission that I'm going to give. So as you can see here, based on the selection, the change is happening. And they will get an email, and they can accept the email invitation and join as a co-author, co-admin with you. We also have APIs. You can look at the API documentation here. So if you want to have some very interesting workflows enabled, let's say one of the interesting workflows that I've seen is when a customer books a demo with you on Calendly, and the moment the meeting is booked, if you want to automatically invite him to your, let's say, one of the courses that you built as a preview, which he can refer to before the meeting. So that is an interesting use case that we have. Similarly, you can use, we already have our integrations done with Public Connect or Integrately or Connexit, etc. So if you go there, you should be able to build more interesting workflows as per your requirement. Let's say if you want to build your Thrive card payment with Acadle, or if you want to build your lead card payment with Acadle. So those, you will be able to do that within the Public Connect and the rest of the applications that we're already live. We have our own webhooks if you want to use, and feel free to have this documentation here. And we have something called widget. This is going to be very, very unique. And the reason why we're saying is unique is I don't really think that you might have seen this in any application. For example, when you log into your own Academy dashboard, you will be able to see a menu called training on top. I'm not seeing it because this is the academy that was embedded into your academies. That training academy is nothing but the academy that I'm showing you right now. Because what you can do is you can embed the whole academy into your own SaaS application, so that the students or the employees or the customers, they don't have to register into the academy. They will be automatically authenticated. this page will be available within your existing application. So you see here, this is a third-party application, and we brought a menu called Academy here, and Academy is all about how to use this application. So when they click here, they will not have login page, sign up page. Their data is automatically authenticated, and they will be able to see the courses that are available for them. Even the group of what content that they should access can be automated while you're doing this integration. So this is going to be very unique if you want to include this academy in a third-party application or any of your existing application without having a different page for them to manage. I think this is going to be an exciting option for you. Then we have SMTP, where you can have your own email details, where you can put your own host, your name, your SMTP, etc. If you want to have your own emails going on day 1, day 2, day 3 with your own content, you can use our drift feature that is available on the right side. Also, we have a bunch of integrations here with Intercom, with live chat, with Plug and Pay from Swamify. Swamify is another tool that was available in AppSumo before. So if you want to upload your video to YouTube, and if you want to hide all the YouTube related and protect your video, you can use Swamify. Similarly, you have multiple other options also here. If you want to have Intercom, if you want to accept payments, right? So if you want to accept payments using Plug and Pay, you have all the settings here and you can enable it. So automatically register option will be gone. Instead of that, there will be a button called proceed to pay and get access. And when they make the payment, they'll automatically be invited to the Academy. We have all the documentation available on help.acadle.com for integration. So feel free to have a look at that. Then we have languages. So you can decide what are the languages that you want to show to your students. If I don't want this language, I can simply delete this. And this is like publishing. So if you don't want to publish it, but fill the content, you'll be able to do it. I can search for a new language here. I think we have pretty much all the languages, even the languages which I never heard of, like Pashto, I have no idea. So you can add and you can customize the content for this particular language. You can put this as a default content. So let's say if you want to keep those language as the default, when somebody logs into your, or when somebody comes to your login page, all those can be configured from this page. Another last configuration pieces, if you want to hide, so there is a built with Acadle logo that you can see on our login page. So if I take a sample, okay, I think I missed the sample. Great, that's okay. So if you want to hide that Academy built with Acadle, you have an option here. If you want to customize the privacy policy and terms of service, you can also do that here. And I would like to highlight a couple of more things where 1 to 4 code will not have that option of hiding this, but they will have pretty much all the other white labeling options. They'll have the option of SMTP, domain, etc. But this option will be available only for 5+ code. And similarly, under the settings, 5+ code only will have the option to customize the font, add certificates and gamifications. So these features are going to be available. Not adding certificates. Certificates are available for all. But if you want to upload your own template, that is available only for 5+. Gamification is also not available. But we have very much all the features that are required for you to run the show in the first code itself. So that is all about the admin panel, right? So that is all about the admin control. Let's go to the user section. I would like to show you the user section. I don't want to go to this user section because there are already users who have signed up and their email IDs will be there. So I don't want to show that. Rather, I log into a different academy with no content. Just to show you what are the options that you have inside the academy. So I'm just logging in. Please excuse me for the internet. This is actually getting loaded, taking some time. Okay, I've logged into a different academy now. So it's like you're switching all these academies are very easier when you have multiple academies under you. So I'm going to the users. After going to the users, you have a lot of controls here. So one is if you want to create multiple groups, right? So this number is nothing but ID, and the green color indicates that this is the default ID. So if I want to create a new group called free for the free users, and if I want to create one for paid, which is for the paid users, and if I want to keep this free as the default when somebody signs up using my public registration, I can just change that. So anybody who register and logins, he will be automatically assigned to the free group. And what happens after that is when I'm creating a course, whatever free courses that I have, I'll be tagging only free group, and those users who is inside free group will be accessing only those courses which are part of free group. So those controls are very much available. Plus, you can have multiple options. If you have a bunch of visitors, you can do multiple actions. If you want to do a bulk, managing the groups, enabling, disabling, deletion, export, import. So when you invite a user, you will also be able to see how many user credits are left. So I have only consumed one user. I have 99 credits left. I can have multiple email IDs up to maximum when you're inviting a user using this option. But if you're importing users using Excel sheet, we also given a template here. You can have, let's say, thousands of users getting created in a single shot. And I can also see so this is a user, dummy user that is created. If I want to manage his users, I'll be able to do it here. So I can change him to free or paid, or I can have multiple groups also allowed for him. And I can also see like what are the different, what are the other courses that that is currently completed. So these are the courses that he has completed. If I want to cancel, deactivate his account, or delete him, all this can be done from the users page. So with that, I've completed dashboard, I've completed users and settings and admin, which is all about customizing your whole interface. We have a lot more when it comes to integration. Because of our time limitation, I'm not going to say that. Let me get straight into the course building thing, which is going to be another important aspect of building your academy. Um, so for creating a course, right? So what I can do is I can click on create course. I can name a course. So this is name one, and this is a duration that you want to show. So if you don't want to show this duration to your students, you can simply disable it. And let's say that if this is available only for the free users, so what I can say is I can make it available only for the free group, so that the users which are in free group will have access to this particular group. Nobody else will have access. Plus, those users will not be having access to any other courses that was created. And I can have a simple description here. And there is something called unlock and lock. This is another interesting feature. Like you might have seen called this as a drip courses. So let's say if you want to automatically unlock this particular course after 5 days, you can enter 5 here. If you want to automatically disappear this course after some time, you can use, let's say if I want to disappear this after 10 days, I can mention as 10 days. And if you want to show a timer for disappearing after 10 days, I think it will start showing a timer saying that, hey, this is going to disappear in 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, etc. So this is a simple view where you can create a new course. We also have something called live course. So live course is another interesting feature that you can use. So when you make this as a live course, what is going to happen is you can schedule this for a period of time. So I can say that, okay, this live course is going to go at 9 o'clock or 6 o'clock. I want this course to be seen only at the time of when it is live. So if I set this, what happens is this live course will not be visible for anybody unless the course time gets started. Or if you want to enable this, you can enable this, or they will be able to see an option called live course. And they will also have an option called notify me, so that it sends them a reminder before 10 minutes saying that, hey, there is a live course which is about to get started. And right now we have two options of doing a live course. One is if you're using some third-party webinar tools which allows embedding, like we had a webinar, GoToWebinar. Yeah, I'll show you what are the tools that are compatible. If you want to include the script and you can embed this here, or if you want to include a pre-recorded URL. So you have a video file that you want to start playing automatically when you start the live course. You can include the URL and make sure that this URL is accessible by the system. So when you include this at, let's say, tomorrow 6 o'clock, automatically this video will start playing, just like how it is a real live webinar. And it will disappear automatically once that time is over. So that is all about courses. So you can create a live course or you can create a normal course. Those are the options that are available for you. Then you see this called lessons. So lessons is where you create all your content. So it's another very easy to manage sort of a setting. So coming to the screen, this on the left side, you can see an option called new. So that is where you create new lessons. And on the right side, this is an interesting feature. We're going to have more and more features here. We're going to have a to-do feature where you can allocate some task while completing a lesson. We're going to have an option called spaces, which is going to help only teachers communicate with the students in real time. Nobody else will see. We are going to have other media integrations. For example, if you're using Wadu TV and if you want to directly access the videos available in Wadu TV, you will be, and we have already spoken to Wadu TV founder regarding this, and he said he'll be making the API available, by the way. So we're going to have a lot of few small interesting features added to this particular page. But before that, so enable private notes. I'd say if you want to enable private note for your students, if you want to let your students take private notes while learning, you can enable this. So your students will be able to take private notes while doing this. And all these are specific to this particular lesson. So for an individual lesson, they will be different private notes. Then we have something called discussions. Let's say if you want your students to discuss about this particular lesson inside this, so you'll be able to allow them to discuss, and you can also reply to them, etc. You can also delete some comments if you're an admin, or if you want to share some related materials, right? Let's say if you're talking about email marketing, and if you want to speak about, so I'm just putting a dummy a URL here for Acadle. So if you want to share some reference URLs with your students, you simply put the URL here that will automatically create a preview. So this will be available for your students to click and see the related URLs for your lesson. So you can disable this if you don't want, you can enable this if you want. So this is like flexible for you. Let's build a new course and let's see how easy is this going to be for building a new course. So let's see if I want to build a new lesson. So I click on new lesson here and I'm just giving a name as lesson 1. And please note this, I can add lesson 2, lesson 3, etc. Or I close this, and there is a publish icon here. So by default, your lessons are unpublished. If you want to see this inside the user, you need to publish. So don't publish till you complete the lesson. What you can do is you can go to the lesson, click on next button. Please make sure to come to the next line. There are a couple of controls here for you. So you can upload an image, you can have a video, you can have a text URL, you can have a line, you can have, let's say, bookmark. Let's say if you want to have a link, I don't think Acadle.com, if you want to have a link, or let's say if you want to have a table, or if you want to have a personality warning, I'm just putting dummy content, so please excuse for the typos. I can save this, or if you want to have, let's say, some warning. So all this are available here for you. Very interestingly, so if you want to delete this, let's say if I want to delete this, just delete it. Or if I want to move this to up, just move it to up. And more importantly, if you want to embed from an external source, which is going to be a very important point. Let's say if you want to embed a YouTube URL, a YouTube video, you don't have to take a lot of pain. What you have to do is you just come to here, just go to the YouTube, copy this YouTube URL, come to the editor. Sorry, where is the editor? Okay, okay. Come to the editor and just paste it, and it will automatically create the preview for you. So you don't have to worry about taking the iframe, taking all that thing. This is going to be like very easy, super easy for you. And the same way, you can simply paste your slideshare URL. You can simply paste your Vimeo URL. You can simply paste your Loom URL easily like this, and this will automatically take care of converting it into an automatic preview. And very importantly, let's say I don't want to, and this is a private video. I don't want somebody to click on this YouTube and download this. So what you can do is, so you have this deal available on AppSumo again, where you can hide all the YouTube related this thing from the YouTube. So what I can do is I can simply enter the YouTube URL. The same thing was available within a tool called Swamify, which was available in AppSumo before. So we already have a native integration with Swamify. So I've added a YouTube video here. I just embed this. So this will give me an embed. I can take this and let's say if I want to include this, I'll go and embed inside row HTML. So I paste this and I save this. And if I click on preview, so preview will show you how does it look. So if I click on the preview, you can see that the YouTube video is completely gone. It just comes with the actual, so it takes care of all your security. So you can't even download this. I'm double right clicking it. So your video is saved. So you can upload this to YouTube as an unlisted video. So unlisted videos will not be available for anybody unless the URL is available with them. So you can upload as an unlisted video, and you can use those tools like Killer Player, or you can use, let's say, this Wado player. So you also have an option to embed Wado videos here. So if you go to embed this link, you make it responsive. Just copy this, come to the editor. So I'm just deleting it for the sake of space. And I can have HTML again, paste it, save it, and clicking. This will create a preview of this Voodoo TV. So it's as easy. You can embed like links, PDF, anything you want. You can have an image. So you simply copy paste an image that will be available here for you. If you want to have, let's say, an attachment, you can have attachments here. Okay, I have a lot of PDFs. I think that's better. So you can upload an attachment. An automatic preview will also be available for the student to see. So the simple editor with a simple, powerful editor, we are right now not supporting video upload, but within a week or two, we will have the option of directly uploading videos. And we are also going to have our own payment gateway with the PayPal or PayPal and Stripe, where you can connect with your own PayPal and start accepting payments directly without using a third party. That is also going to come in the next couple of days. I will also show you what is coming in the next couple of days. I have the internal roadmap ready with this, which I'm like happy to show you. So this is the lesson all about. What I can also do is I can create groups inside this. So let's see if I want to group multiple lessons together. What I can do is I can create a group. I can drag and drop this group lessons into the group. Let's say if I want to combine this two courses, lessons inside a group, I can do this. I can publish it, or if I want to take this out of the group, I can simply drag and drop, and I can simply delete it, and the entire content will get deleted. So you also have an option of bundling or grouping your lessons as well within the course. Another option that you have is quiz. So and making a quiz is also pretty easy. So I can, by default, this is a hidden quiz. I can click here and I can enter the questions. Question can be, who is the founder of Facebook? And I can give, if it is a right mark, I can give 10 credits. If it is a wrong mark, I can give -5 credits. So it can be, Steve, it can be Gates, it can be Mark, and I can choose a Mark is the right answer. Or it can even be Nizam, why not? So I mentioned this and I'm choosing which is the right answer, and I save this. And like this, I can have as many questions as I want. You can delete it if you don't like the question. Then you go to the settings. In the settings, you can give a small introduction about the whole quiz. If you want to have an image for this particular quiz, you can also have that. You can also mention how long, what is the duration of this course, sorry, this particular quiz. And if you want to show them the pass mark by percentage or by number, you will also be able to choose an option here. Then if you want to allow them to see the result after completing a quiz, you have an option to enable this. If you want them to allow them to take this quiz again, right, retake this quiz, you can enable this. Or if you want to show the right answers after completing this quiz, you can also enable this. Otherwise, you can disable this. So once you save it, this will be available for your students to see. And when they start submitting, you will be able to see the users who attempted and their marks that they submitted, etc., under the results tab. So when you're ready to publish, you simply click on this publish, and that will be available for the students to start accepting. So what I'll do is, and one most important point here is a discussion is not going to be available for quiz, because we don't want people to discuss and find the right answers. Only link and not available for quiz. The discussion is going to be available only for the lessons. So that's the editor part. You can very much have anything you want edited here, the colors, the fonts, etc. And couple of more controls. Let's see, if you want to clone this course, let's say if I have this course available, if I want to clone this course, I can simply clone this and I'll get a copy of the same course getting created on my page. um, okay, seems like there was a small stack. Yeah, this is a copy that got created. And if I want to insert some script inside this particular, so if I want to add a live chat or a tracking tool or something like this only for this particular course, I'll be able to add script also to this particular course. So those options are also available for you to do it. And you can see all our upcoming features and fixes and all that here as an admin. Plus, there is another feature called announcements. So announcement is nothing but if you want to send some announcement to your students, it could be about something upcoming. It can have a video, it can have an image, and they'll be able to see that inside their a student dashboard. So you can use an announcement feature, and this is going to be available for pretty much all the users. So that's the admin flow. And if you want to build it, I'm saying you, I mean, I'm telling you, this is not going to take a lot of time for you to build this course. So I'll just log out and I'll show you how this is going to come to a normal user. I'm just logging into a dummy academy. Let me log out from this. And so this is we have a register button given already, and this is a course preview. So where you see all the courses that are part of this. And this is what I was talking to you about, Academy built with, which you can disable if you have 5+ code. I have already added a live chat option inside the pixel. That's the reason you're seeing a live chat option here. So if I want to chat with the admin, I'll be able to do that here. And I already have an account created, so I'll be like simply logging in. Similarly, like for example, what we have done is this we're using extensively inside our organization for multiple reasons. So one, for onboarding our customers, a second, for onboarding our employees, etc. I'll also show you the live academy that I'm using, that I've built internally for my team. So I have logged in as a student, and this is a pop-up which I wanted to show you, and I just built it before the webinar. So let's say that if you want to bring pop-ups like this or tooltips like this to your students, you can use tools like tooltip.io or any other tooltip. So there is already a onboarding tool available inside AppSumo. You can use that and you can build your own tool tips. I'll tell you one use case, right? So let's say if you're selling premium courses, or let's say if you want to rush your team to do something within the Acadle in next couple of days. Let's say they will be registered to first free, and if you want to upsell about your premium, you can have this pop-up coming after 5 days of registration, talking about the advantage of course. And they can also have a button for making a payment. Once they make the payment, our API can be called, and automatically the users group can get updated based on using the API. So then they will get automatically promoted to the premium group, and they'll have all the access content of this premium group. So this is the user interface, pretty neat. What I see is how many hours are completed, and what is the status, and how many people have seen the descriptions and all that. I will also be able to see the badges that I've unlocked. You can see I've already unlocked learning badge and activity badge 8. I'm in the level 8. I've already got 92 points. And when it comes to leaderboard, there is one guy on top of me. I'm still in the second because he has 93 points, 1 point above than me. So I think I should learn more and make it to the first point. And I can also see if there is any announcements made, by the admin to me. I'll also be able to see that here. And if I go inside this, right? So if I go inside my Acadle, if I already finished this, it will show as congratulations. Or if I want to go to the other academy, sorry, contents here, I can add the private notes here if I want. To the next lesson, I can just move freely like this. One very important point right now, it's very important. I mean, it is mandatory for the student to move lesson by lesson. I mean, if I'm starting this lesson, I cannot jump from lesson 1 to lesson 10. The free flow is not available, but we are getting a lot of requests from users to do it. So we'll be implementing free flow by the end of this week. If I want to talk about this particular lesson, I can ask someone. If I want to see what are the different bookmark links, so I'm just trying to see what are the links for this particular lesson. I can just click here. So there are a bunch of lessons available: Wall of Love, feedback, pricing, etc., etc. And I can also see some discussions that are going on. Okay, great. So this is wow and great and all that. And if you want to expand, increase this view, right? So I can hide that, and that basically saves you space. So I go back, and this is the script example. So I have included one script inside only this course. This FAQ script you see. You will not be seeing this FAQ in any other courses. You will be seeing only in this course because I added the script only to this particular course. So this is the script exactly that you have in the AppSumo Deals page. So for the demo purpose, I've included here so that you will be able to see the purpose of including a script. Similarly, you will be able to see the rest of the courses. Let's say this is something which I haven't started yet. So I click here, like I mentioned, see, this is the first one, right? So I will not be able to go to the next unless I finish this. So I can go through this. There is a bookmark available here. I can click on next, and there is a content available here. So the first one is already finished. So it is easy for me to go to first because I've already finished first one. I can go to the next one. Now that first and second and third is unlocked. So if I want to go to second one, it is easy, but I'll not be able to go to the fifth one because I have not finished fourth one yet. So those kind of controls are also available right now. And if you want to see some videos and third-party integrations and all that. So this is the example that I was talking to you about. So this is a dummy academy that we have created. And I was talking to you about embedding this academy within your application, right? So I'll show you a quick example. Um, I'll log in. So this is one of our internal playbook for the sales guys. If I log in as an admin of this academy, you can see there is a menu called training on top. So this training is actually another academy, which I embedded into the admin dashboard for all the. So when I click on training, automatically my authentication is done. The same academy that you saw while I was showing the demo about what is Acadle getting started, it is appearing here. So the automation, it is automatically allowing me to authenticate. It is automatically allowing me to bring it inside my existing application. So this is how you can also use our embed feature to embed our application inside your existing applications. Going back again, I wanted to show you what we are doing inside our company. So this is our company playbook for sales guys and support executives. So when they are hired, they'll be asked to log into this, and they can go through a bunch of videos, competitors, key clients, creating demand, sales funnel, sales process, selling through partners. So these are like predefined courses that we have. What are the KPIs that we have? And even though, so I as a top level guy will have access to all the courses, but let's see if a support executive joining, she will not be having access to negotiating, or he will not be having access to materials and template, etc. He will be allocated to the customer success or a customer support group, and only courses that are tagged to their customer success will be available for him or her to see. So these are some samples that we do it, and this is a third-party widget that we have embedded. So you can add the script, but if I want to collect some feedback from my own students, I'll be able to embed that. And these are the certificates that I unlock and all that. And if I go to the page one, so I have a good number of videos here for my employees to see. The demos that we have given to our clients, the sample demos that we've given about our product to the clients, etc., which will help them to understand more about what we are doing. And I don't have to spend a large amount of time training anybody and everybody who is coming on board on our platform. So we have like 23 plus, and we are almost going to have around 30, 40 plus in next 2 months. So scaling is going to be very hard when I don't have a proper structure place. So this is going to help me in my own training of my employees. And in your case, let's say if you are onboarding a customer, this is going to help you a lot, because you can have a bunch of videos, use cases, materials, template, etc. Given them access to the customers, and be able to see it. Let's say if in case of if you're doing a marketing is a very interesting use case. let's say if you're running an email marketing product, right? You can launch a free academy called B2B email marketing handbook, and you can distribute that to social media. So when the potential customers, people who are interested to know more about B2B email marketing, will come sign up and see the academy inside. So what happens is the moment he signs up and get it, you are getting a potential customer prospect for you. You will be able to contact them later, or within the course itself you can talk about your product, about how XYZ product is optimizing the whole B2B email marketing, etc. And the other use case is this training. Let's say if you are a coacher, if you are a coach, if you are a trainer, and if you want to sell your courses, you can use our options available here to sell the courses in real time and get them access to the academy. We are going to have a lot of interesting features coming. Um, I wanted to also show you a N chart which I was talking to you about. So I have included the script inside this, and this is the N chart dashboard where you can create multiple segments. When you create segments, you will also be able to automate the entire flow with this. And Wado TV, which I wanted to show you, which I already shown. And also I wanted to show you one of our customers' websites. So they have built this whole website, and they've created different academies, one for robotics, one for Sholka, I don't know, yes, one for public speaking, etc. And Bharatanatyam, they have another one, and they are accepting payments using local payments and our APIs. And once the payment is done, they've automated the onboarding, and their entire academies are built with Acadle. So you can use a beautiful website like Brizzy or any other. So there is also a website builder available on AppSumo right now. You can use that. We will be coming up with a lot of interesting widgets, which you can embed into your existing website as your existing WordPress website as a button. You can embed the sign up page inside your existing website. So we are going to come up with a lot of features. Coming to the pricing, so 1 to 4 code is going to have access to our marketing plan. And marketing plan is going to have almost all our features: the unlimited courses, unlimited lessons, unlimited media files till you reach your target and storage. And the reason why I have the question which is coming up, but I'll be explaining why we have these storage limits: multiple login access, dashboard, bundling courses, webhooks, quests, third party. I mean, a bunch of items are available in the course, the code one, and I still get complaints saying that you're not giving access to code 5. But I mean, we can't change it. So under code 5, there are a few features coming up, but we do have a couple of other interesting features available for you. Whatever mentioned in Star is going to come in the next couple of days. We have an interesting community feature which is going to be available by 23rd this month. And community is going to help you launch your own community, internal community and forums where people can ask questions and votes. Or you can publish even articles and people can comment and review it. So we have more and more features coming. It's only 8 months that we have launched, and we've already achieved a lot of features. And trust us, we will definitely make sure to have the scaling coming. And because we have the revenue, we have the resources, we have no reasons why we should shut down. And we can very much go, and we'll make sure that your trust is always kept within us. So that with that, I think I kind of stopping the whole demo, and I would like to quickly take you through a couple of questions that I get mostly on the chat. So the first question, why this is so limited? This is one question that I'm getting from most of the people, but this is one of the unique feature ever had in AppSumo. The reason why is in the third code itself, you are actually going to get 2 academies, 2 entire academies inside the same account. The moment I have 5 code, I'm getting 6 academies. And the best part is all the 6 academies will have the marketing plan when I have 5 codes. Sorry, onboarding plan. All the academies will come with the features of our onboarding plan. When you have 10 codes, I'm giving you 16 academies with all the academies will have the feature of our highest plan, which is training plan. All the features are going to be available for the 16 academies. And there is no LMS has ever in AppSumo who is giving academies, multiple academies under the same account and with all those features. And there is, of course, there is a user limitation. We are also helping users to convert their academies to users if they want. So let's say if I want only 8 academies or 2 academies, and I want to convert rest of the academies to users, they're reaching out to us and we're helping them to convert. So very happy. And why our storage is limited, I'll tell you. There are many options that are available for you to have this media storages. We don't want to be another storage company. We want to focus on the platform, and we don't want to end up paying a lot for the storage and disappoint you in future saying that, hey, our cost is a lot. I'm sure most of this sumo links have experience with a previous LMS, right? So I don't want to disappoint in future saying that, hey, now our cost of the storage has gone up, so I have to shut down your access, all that. So I am limiting because there are options like Voodoo TV, there are options like Somify, there are options like many other Publicio. There are many options available for you to store and secure your video. We don't want to become another media storing company. We want to become a platform which is going to be developer friendly, which is going to be entrepreneur friendly. Anybody who's not having a technical knowledge should be able to build and start building it and launch it in the next couple of hours. And we agree that there are features which are missing, but we are working very hard to bring it soon. You will make sure to see almost all our features coming like before we disappear from the AppSumo. So that is the word that I can give you. And going through the rest of the, and I have explained why this is. So this is not a limited deal at all. This is superb extended deal. I'm actually giving a good number of academies. Second is why storage is limited, which I already answered. There are a lot of options like beautiful players like Wadu, and you can use that instead. And we don't want to become another media storage company. And the difference between users and team members, right? So users are your students or your employees or customers, and team members are your co-authors or admins or managers. Um, the credit, so yeah, so like let's say the numbers that I was showing you, uh, like 8,000, 45, etc. This is not per academy. This is going to be per your Acadle account, like I was showing you. So you will have the flexibility of assigning, okay, 100 students to one academy, 1,000 students to another academy, etc., etc. So, and this is another unique feature where no LMS has ever come to AppSumo with this flexibility where you control all this credits and stuff like that. If you don't want many academies, let us know. We can help you, because unless you're forceful, I think we will not be able to get your feedback. So happy to help you in this academy to users. And this was another question which was asked by a lot of people. And there is also somebody who went to our some YouTube video and said, okay, this is not GDPR. These people are, taking your data and selling it, blah, blah. I mean, I have seen many deals. I've been using AppSumo from quite a long time. I've bought like a lot of deals, and I know I've seen deals or products which are claiming to be GDPR, but they are not. Basic matter of like giving the permission to the user to delete his own IP address, which is one of the mandatory clauses inside the GDPR. There are multiple items like this. So we are still building that. We want to make sure that we cover all the GDPR rules, where we are giving the flexibility to the user to control his data. Note that we have no access to any of your content. All your data is in a different database. It's not even in our main database. We have no access, and we don't need access. And it's all secure and safe. To cover GDPR, we have a couple of more items to complete, like giving the permission for user to delete his own IP address and stuff like that. Those are coming in the next few days, and we should be able to climb. So before AppSumo finishes, we should be able to announce that this is completely GDPR covered. We've already covered a good number of items, but few items are still pending. And payment gateway, right now we support Integrately automation platform, Public Connect, and stuff like that, where you can connect third-party payment gateways through Public, and when there is a make it payment completes, automatically get invites to Acadle. Sorry, get invited to Acadle. So, or you can use Plug and Pay to accept payment. Plug and Pay was another top selling product in AppSumo before. So you can also use Plug and Pay to directly sell your Acadle. Our own payment gateway is coming in the next couple of weeks. Mostly before this end of this month, we will have Stripe or PayPal coming live, so you can use our own gateways. So this is a question that I get a lot. Can I integrate this? Yeah, I mean, a lot of integration lists like WooCommerce and MemberPress, yeah, Pass, a lot of applications. But yeah, we have a website, a feedback collection called feedback acadle.com. We request you to come and add your top integration requests. We'll be more than happy to go to them, ask them for their APIs, and come back and integrate it. We are integrating Thrivecart in the next few days because we have been getting a lot of requests from Thrivecart. Similarly, we have already requested the Wadu founder to allow us to get us the API. So let's see. I'm sure they're very busy. They're one of the top selling deals, and if time permits, we should be able to also allocate. And charge, we're already ready. We're just making it live as a native integration itself within the application. So we have a lot of integrations coming. And if you want to build your own integration, visit our API documentation. We have with folks, and you build your own API integrations. And share a story, share a video with us if you're building an interesting integrations. We'll be more than happy to share it with our co-family, Acadle family, so that it will be beneficial for them also. We have a Facebook community having 300 plus members already, where we continuously announce our new features or upcoming features, etc. So please do join us there, and do share your thoughts in terms of what else you want to see inside Acadle. Languages, I've seen almost all the languages supported. Right now, we don't have the default keywords for those languages. What we are trying to do here is, so when you put your own languages, at the end of the day, when we have enough data, we'll be pre-populating those data inside the Acadle. Right now, we cannot go and translate for 100 or 200 plus languages. So, but right now, it is flexible enough for you to build your own languages inside the Academy. IP restriction. So not just IP restriction, we have multiple security features coming. IP restriction is just one of them. We have SSO coming. We have login from a particular IP. I mean, you can, if you want to let your employees log in only from the office. So we have multiple and two-factor authentication. So we have multiple security-related features that are lined up. That will also be available soon for you to access. And this is another question that I've already recorded a bunch of videos on this. So you can embed anything inside this. You can embed a form. There was an interesting use case that I came to know yesterday, where you can embed a pop-up paper form, and you can dynamically pass label inside the question, hey, Nissam, ABCD. So if you want to dynamically pass, you're trying to achieve that. Hopefully, we should be able to achieve that using a parameters, custom parameters. So that is also something that we're going to do. Trying to see how we can help you with better integrations or better embedding. Yeah, there's another question. So mobile app, are you building mobile app? Yes, we are building mobile app, but we haven't spoken anything about mobile app in our deal because we already have a bunch of things to do in our roadmap, and we want to make sure that whatever that is promised is delivered first, and then we go to the rest of the items. So mobile app is definitely going to be there because being enterprise focused, we cannot live without a mobile app. So so this is going to come in the next quarter, but we'll have the SDK in this quarter. So let's say if you already have a mobile app, and if you want to build this academy within your existing mobile app, you can use the SDK, which I'm going to bring it to you at the earliest in the next few months. And I've been getting a lot of requests in terms of, hey, do you have this feature coming, and what is the ETA? So what I want to say is, so this ETA is not something that I can give you on the fly, because if you have experience in building a product, most of the time what happens is that changes based on the priority, that changes based on the customer feedback. We might have planned something to be launched, but that again gets changed. So what we normally do is we follow a typical sprint. So I mean, being from our experience of building enterprise softwares, we follow a proper sprint within the organization. So we always plan a 2-week sprint, and after 2 weeks, then we go back and revise this and see, okay, do we have to rechange this? So as per the current sprint, I can also show you what we are doing. I'm like more than happy to show you what we're doing and what you can expect in the next few days. I'll show the live pipeline to you. Which is going to come near future are going to be this. So you can soon have free flow of lessons coming in. Unlock and lock and availability inside the lesson is also going to come in. There is a coupon code option that you can get. For example, if you want to launch your own course on AppSumo with coupon code, just like how you get coupons in AppSumo, that option is going to come soon. We have our own payment gateway, Strivecard, Zapier, direct video upload, and community. So these are the few items in our current pipeline, we're trying to close that in the next couple of days. I think I took more than an hour. I'm so sorry for that. I wanted to close this quickly, but speaking of which I wanted to again speak a lot about the product, but the time is very limited. I would like to go back and rather answer the queries I mean, yeah. So I mean, yeah. So with this, I'm done with the demo. Yeah, over to you.
All right, we're going to answer some questions. Sumolings, we only have about 5 more minutes here, so we're going to get through as many of these as we can, which means answer as quickly as you can. First question, can I have branches where people can join the platform in different classes?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So that is where we are trying to configure within the groups. So these groups can be branches. The groups can be different designations. The groups can be type of users. So we are trying to give you the flexibility of controlling how you want this users to be. I mean, how you want these groups to be. So you can very much use our groups feature to achieve that.
Awesome. Can users message the instructor?
No, right now we don't have an option to message the instructor, but we have a feature in our roadmap called a spaces where that will be a space between the instructor and the student to communicate each other. Yeah.
Awesome. Is there a discussion board?
That's the community forum that we're building, and that is hopefully going to be available by the first week of next month. That's already getting started. We have the design and everything ready. Hopefully, we should be able to cover it and make it live in the next couple of days. Yeah.
Awesome. Is it possible to attach a downloadable PDF or PPT, PowerPoint?
Right now, the options are available for you to give a preview of the PDF. And we've been getting requests to make it enable disable to download. So we've added that to the roadmap where users should be able to download a PDF. But there is a workaround. So if you want to make it as downloadable, you can give it as a link where users can click on that and get this downloaded from a Google Drive or an external system. But the preview that we right now has inside the editor is not downloadable, but we are going to make it downloadable soon.
Awesome. Could you talk about how Acadle integrates with WordPress, or if it can be used as a standalone site?
Yeah, this is a complete white label product. So you don't really have to use it inside a different WordPress, because this can be pointed to your academy.abc.com. Let's say if Nizam is having a website. So when somebody logs into lms.nizam.com, directly this comes and you can hide all the brandings, and this will become your individual identity, individual academy. This is completely white label. So you can very much have your own domain and point it. But if you want to bring it inside WordPress, and if you know something about how to use the parameters and all that, then you should be able to bring it easily inside WordPress also. But if you're not really sure about how to do some development things, you will not be able to do it. Yeah.
Cool. If I have one academy and 12 courses, but I want to charge $10 for each course, is it possible? How do you suggest I set up payment?
Yeah, so that is where we were talking about groups. So based on different charging, based on different prices of your courses, this group allocation can be given. And when you're creating a plugin paid or any other third party using APIs, if you want to automate these payments, once the payment is successful and when the invitation is sent, while sending the invitation, you can control and decide to which group that particular user should be added. So let's say there is a group A, which is only having access to course 1 and course 2. You can add that user to only group A. So he will be able to see only group A courses. He'll not be seeing anything else. And if he makes another payment, then he will be you can automatically give him access to group B also, which is going to have access to course 3 and course 4. Then he will see all course 1, 2, 3, 4. So all those flexibilities are currently available. But we don't have a payment gateway right now. So you may tell me that you may disappoint when you see it, but with the automation platforms and with the third party or our API, you will easily be able to achieve this now.
Awesome. In regards to payment, what are the payment gateways that they can use?
We're going to bring Stripe and PayPal. These are the two options that we're going to have. But if we use some third parties, there are a good number of payment, like local payments available with automation tools like Pabbly is what I think. But you can try that. So with us, it's going to be only Stripe and PayPal.
Cool. You mentioned earlier that, and we have a bunch of questions about wanting more users. You mentioned that they can convert academies into users. How can they go about doing that?
Ping us on chat. We'll help you do that.
Amazing. Love that. All right. Can you upload audio only, or does it have to be video?
Right now, you cannot upload audio or video, which I tried explaining. We don't have direct video upload yet. You can only embed a video. We have direct video upload coming soon as possible. And only direct video is coming, not audio. So if you want to embed an audio, you may have to upload to maybe a SoundCloud or something and embed it inside the lesson. There's no direct upload available right now. Embedding any sort of players are available right now, yes.
How often can you add assessments into a course or into, can you add it after each lesson?
Yes, drag and drop. You have a very much flexible. That's your wish. So you can have it like 5, 10, or you can have one tomorrow. And we are also going to have a drip option for lesson as well by this week. We've planned it. So then you can also have lessons coming as drip automatically inside the courses, not just the courses.
All right. Can a student upload an assignment or something into the system?
No, not right now. That is our assessment module, which is there in the marketing, which is there in the pipeline on the roadmap. Assessment will have more options like essay, multiple answers, uploading an image or a document, etc., etc. So assessment is actually going to be having more features, like where students can give more responses. Right now, quiz is only selecting an answer from predefined answers. But the assessment is going to have more type of questions, and you can get more answers from the students.
Speaking of answers, can you have images as an answer?
Yes. Yes, cool. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
A random question I saw. That's exciting. Happy for them. How do I handle taxes in the payment with Acadle?
That is exactly the reason why we used plug and pay. So we will not be handling taxes. We don't want to get into those things because, like I mentioned regarding media, we want to focus on the platform. So when you want to tax somebody for, let's say, Indian users with a 80% tax, you will have to create a pricing button with an 18, let's say, to $20 plus 18% tax. That's not going to be happening. The applications like Plug and Pay and Thrivecard and all that comes with all this predefined, interesting taxation rules. So, and that is the main reason they are focusing on payments. So that is the main reason we initially started with coupling with them. So they handle your payment pains and we handle your learning management pains and not the payment pains. So the initial launch of our payment gateway will come only with, okay, you define what is the price, you define what are the courses that the student will get access to once the payment is successful, and enable it. This is the simple flow that we're going to have it in the launch.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I know, Sumolings, there are a few questions, quite a few questions here that we did not get to, but I've got to go to another webinar now. So I'm going to have to wrap us up. Where can they reach out to you with their additional questions?
I'm on the website. I'm available on the website. Please let me know if you have any questions. I've been answering to a lot of people and will be more than happy to answer to you. And if you have any questions regarding something, and if you want to, let's say, schedule a call with me, if you have more questions, there is a direct meeting link made available on the website. And happy to connect and answer your queries.
Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Sumolings, if you have not already, you can go to appsumo.com/Acadle to redeem your codes. Again, this is $69 for a lifetime deal, and it's backed, of course, by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So go ahead, get set up, play around with it. and see how it works for you. Once you've done that, we would love to read your reviews on the deal page. Y'all have gotten quite a few, and they do have a 5 taco rating. So go ahead and rave about it over there with the rest of them. And if you have any more questions, reach out to their support or add your questions to the deal page. I'm sure they'd love to talk to you. And I'm so sorry that we weren't able to get to more questions today, but I'll see y'all at the next webinar. I hope you have a good one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your all participation, and thank you so much for making this arrangement. Yeah, thank you. Thanks,
Have a good
Absimo
one,
team.
everybody. Bye.
You too. Bye. Yeah, thanks, Lindsay. Yeah, bye.